What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dissect That Film, where we dissect your favorite films, film franchises, and TV. Today on episode 86 of the podcast, we are finishing off the year by talking about one last festive movie. I'll put that in quotations as we talk about the 2017 horror. What? How would you describe this movie?
It's a movie.
It's okay. It's oh wait. Wikipedia's got it for me. A Christmas psychological horror film. Better watch out.
Yeah.
I am your host, Brett Parker. Joining me as always is the wonderful Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming.
Sorry, you're wrong. I was looking at something. I was distracted. I'm sorry. He said 86, and I was like 86,
And
not the year.
That was the year I was born.
Oh, see, that's an important year.
Oh fuck.
And coming back after a long hiatus from the show
He's coming!
to grace us with his presence is my brother from the same mother, Adam Parlow. That's how I used to intro the show every time back when it was just me and him. That was it, so I had to remember it. So yeah, we were talking about Better Watch Out. We originally were going to cover the 2019 Black Christmas, and thank God we didn't, because that movie is just not favorable to anyone. I have not seen anything good about that movie, and I did not want to end 2022 with a movie that isn't well liked by much of anybody. So
somebody got smart.
I watched this movie. I've actually watched Better Watch Out twice in the last 3 days, because I actually watched it just to watch it, and then I was like, hey Adam, let's pick a different movie to cover, because Black Christmas is not good. So I kind of weaseled my way into helping him figure out a new movie, and this is what we decided to go with. Let's go around the room. Let's talk about what we thought of this movie before we go into our trivia section. And we're going to start with our guest. Adam, what'd you think of Better Watch Out?
Well, I didn't watch the trailer, so I didn't really know what was going to happen.
We didn't either.
And it had quite the twist. I mean, I did like how it was cheesy kind of in the beginning, but then it kind of turned kind of eerie towards the end. So I don't know. I think they did a very good job with this movie for being just like a Christmas thriller. But yeah, thumbs up.
All right, Dan, Angela, who wants to start?
Oh, you're gonna give it to me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta have a pattern going.
This movie was very effective at getting under my skin. So that was the goal of just fucking with you. Then yes, kudos. This movie nailed it. I have qualms with this film. I would say it's a well done movie, but it's not one I would watch again. But if you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. I think the acting's good, especially the antagonist of the film, because I fucking hate him so much.
Yeah, what's
I know, I'm not saying nothing.
Oh, you're doing good.
I'm being vague.
Sorry.
I'm being vague.
Bye.
I don't like him. Right? I like I know. I'm making sure there are good twists. The movie just gives you it just likes to shit on you. I'll just say that. You'll understand when we start talking about the movie. It's not as blunt as I put it, but the main cast is good. That's what I got.
Angela,
You done?
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Okay, I was waiting for something.
Well, I was really I was just looking at your chin, but go ahead.
What?
wow. I don't know what that means, but
I do.
oh no,
You're looking,
Doesn't it?
you're looking for my.
No, I was just looking at your chin.
Don't be pointing.
choo choo off the rail.
You're right. I mean,
I was keep trying to keep the course. You're the ones diverting. Carry on.
now I'm all
Self-conscious.
my chin. I liked it. I mean, yeah, there was parts where I was like, ooh. I didn't take it as badly as he did.
Ooh.
But I guess I wanted more at the end.
Yeah, I was not satisfied with the ending.
I felt a little hung out to dry. I wanted more.
You're like, what happens?
Yeah. I know what I wanted to happen.
Yes.
It's just like, but yeah, there was frustrations
Yes.
at points, but for the most part, I liked it. You know, how did you feel,
Parker, tell us about that in your
I'm
Steelers.
gonna talk about my first watch, which was Friday. Before we were going to cover this movie, I watched. It was Friday, so I was like, I gotta wrap gifts. So I'm gonna throw Krampus on because Krampus is a yearly thing. I have to watch Krampus every year around Christmas time. So I'm wrapping gifts. I'm trying to wrap gifts, but I'm so enthralled because Krampus is amazing. And then it was over, and I still was like, I still have shit to do. I'm gonna throw on another movie. And of course, why did I pick a movie I've never seen before? I don't know. I throw this movie on, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of run of the mill of what you would expect it to be. Kind of it's kind of like a Home Alone type movie. If you've seen the trailer, because I did see the trailer when it first came out, and I was like, oh, that seems interesting. And then I never saw it. But then I watched
paint cans in it.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, they talk about it in the movie as well, but but it's like just a basic, or at least you think it's a basic, just breaking and entering. Crazy things happen. These kids are trying to hide from something, and then boom, a punch in the face, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, holy shit. It just brings you in a different direction. And I was like, well, I can't wrap any more gifts now. I got to figure out what the hell is happening in this movie. I need to focus. And I watched this at like 12:30 at night. So I didn't go to bed till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was focused. And then I watched it again yesterday to take notes, and still some things that I missed. I got to see the reaction from my wife. Watching it yesterday.
That was fun.
She was like, I turned it on, and she was like, she had to like put my son to bed. She's like, pause it. I need to finish watching this. So I was like, okay, all right. She's into it.
That's good. I was like, did she fall asleep? Clearly not.
No, a bunch of, but it's really catching your attention where she's like, we're literally just both looking at each other. She's just going, what the fuck? Holy shit, what the fuck? And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I had. The reaction I had watching it the first time, but I didn't have anybody to react with, because I felt like it would have been so much better reacting to the twists and turns of this movie, having somebody there to watch it with me. But I didn't plan on it, so, and I didn't expect what was going to happen. But to be honest, this movie's fucked up, but it's really well done. And yes, the ending is kind of like, give me more, but I kind of get the reasoning behind how they ended the movie. It's like, create your own narrative.
No, I've seen it as a fucking cock tease.
Yeah, like you're hoping there's going to be a second one to kind of tell you something, but no, they don't. It just ends, and you're just like, oh, okay, not really how I expected it to end, but everybody, the cast, fantastic. Like Dan said, the antagonist of this movie is superb, like at being just evil. And that's all I'll say, because I feel if I mention any more, it's just going to give it all away. And we're definitely going to be spoiling the shit out of this movie. So if you really don't want to be spoiled, listen, we spoil every movie we talk about on this podcast, and we don't really warn anybody. But this is a movie that has such a crazy twist that I'm going to warn you. If you don't want to be spoiled on what happens in this movie, please watch it. It's on Shudder. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on a bunch of different streaming services right now. Go buy it on Blu-ray or DVD. Watch this movie to, so you're not spoiled, because the twist is insane.
Please do. It is the best way to experience it is blind.
Absolutely.
Don't look anything up. Just watch it.
Oh, I watched it blind, and I'm still not the same man.
I understand. I understand.
So this movie was directed by Chris Peckover, and to be honest, his IMDb, and there's really nothing much that he's done in his career. Some little indie films, some other stuff. Angela's kind of looking around weirdly.
No, I was explaining something.
Oh. It was also written by Chris Peckover and Zach Kahn. It stars Olivia DeJonge. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. So everyone in this cast except for Patrick Warburton and Virginia Madsen are Australian, which is funny because it's like It's funny that they set this in the United States, but this was actually filmed in Sydney, Australia. So during the summertime, so they actually had to make all the snow for the movie to make it look like it's Christmas time. Yes,
That
Dan.
just fucks this whole movie for me.
Why?
I'll explain when we get later in the movie. Okay, carry on.
It also stars Levi Miller, Ed Oxenbould, which actually Olivia DeJonge and Ed Oxenbould starred together as brother and sister in another movie, M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit.
Oh, that's why they look familiar. Damn it.
Yeah. It stars Alex Mikic, Dockery Montgomery, which Angela, you know who he is, Billy from Stranger Things.
Yes.
And of course, he plays a douchebag in this because he's
Yep.
so good at playing a dick.
Yep.
Patrick Warburton and Virginia Madsen as possibly two people that I would love to have as my parents.
Patrick Warburton possibly has the best IMDb picture ever.
That's
That's
the
just
tick,
him as
man.
the tick. I mean, Patrick Warburton, the man's been in everything. Virginia Madsen, to be honest, I mean, she's been in a lot of things over her career, but the most famous for me, or the one that kind of pops into my head, is Candyman from 1991
Are you
or 1992. What, Dan?
Are you okay?
I did not realize who that was. He didn't talk enough in the movie for me to realize.
Oh, Patrick Warburton?
He's crunk.
Yeah, it did not click
Oh, you
for
didn't
me.
know that was Kronk?
Nope.
Oh my
Not a one.
God. Have you seen
Because
Candyman?
nobody yelled wrong lever. I didn't know.
I mean, you're probably too busy like focusing on that he's really creepy in this.
Dude,
He's
oh my
so
gosh.
creepy.
I was like, he looks so he just looks like a killer.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like he just looks like he's gonna murk somebody.
But that's not the first time he's been in a movie and looked like that.
Yeah.
Or TV show for that matter. He's had a couple of. I'm like, is his face always like that?
Yeah, what's,
Like
what's,
constant pissed off.
what's wrong with you?
Look at the scowl on that.
Yeah.
Man.
He's definitely got it down.
Have you guys seen Candyman from 1992? The original Candyman? No. Okay. She was the lead lady in that. She gets,
Oh!
like, stalked by Candyman.
She's the one that fucked up and said it too many times. I
Yep,
got it.
Yep.
I see it now that you mentioned. Yeah, I
It's been
got
a
it.
long time though, so she does look very different. Yeah, it was, like I said before, it was shot in Sydney, Australia. It premiered in the United States October 6th, 2017. And it didn't premiere in Australia, the country it was filmed in, until almost over a month later, November 23rd,
They had to censor all the
2017.
they had to censor all the guns out. Like you can't have that in
Oh,
Australia.
that's right. Yeah, I forgot
No,
that they're
just
very
fucking-
censored. No, but they are censored
just
over
kidding.
there. It was a very, very short movie at an hour and 29 minutes.
Ooh, times it didn't feel like it, but not in a bad way. Because like the suspense was so thick. Like God, the scene's just going, man.
Yeah. Had a budget of $3 million, and unfortunately, it only made about $188,000 at the box office. So,
That's a shame.
yeah. But it definitely, I don't really hear a lot of people talk about this movie. I think the reason I heard about this movie was from Dead Meat.
Oh shit, they covered this? I didn't
Yeah.
realize.
Yeah.
Damn.
So,
I'm glad Adam went out of this way and picked this movie with no help at all from Parker. 100% Adam. Thanks for just boom. He comes back, just boom, kicks in the door. He's like, I got this, guys.
I was like, do you know that Chris Peckover movie? Yeah, it's great.
that Chris Peckover movie.
Yeah.
Oh god, so good. But yeah, I mean, there's really not a lot of trivia on this movie, other than the facts that I already mentioned, where a couple of the cast members actually starred together in a different movie. That it was all Australian cast except for the parents, and it was originally entitled Safe Neighborhood, which is actually spoken in the movie itself. The fact there's like the scene where she's like, "You don't have a security system?" And he's like, "No, this is a safe neighborhood. Why would we need one?" Selena Gomez actually was going to go up for the part of Ashley, but she decided to focus more on her music. So
Interesting.
she wasn't able to do it. And we'll get to. There's a trivia that I do want to, or there's a piece of trivia that I want to mention once we get to the scene that where this happens. But that's pretty much it. There's really not a lot of behind the scenes with this movie, at least where I looked. So, are we ready to talk about this bonkers ass plot?
Yes. I
All
think.
right.
been readier.
Are you ready?
So
This
this-
summer, it's winter and it's hot. Carry on.
So the movie opens up to a snowman. A little girl's just building her snowman. Some dickhead fucking kid just baseball bat swings and knocks his thing off. And what does she call him? She calls him, like a pig fucker or something. She says something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no! Get over here, bear fucker!
Yes, yeah, it was something, man. It was crazy. My wife was like, "Oh,
We were all looking at each other like, did she just say that?
That's the way to start a movie.
yeah." So it must have just had a storm come through because the roads look like shit. They kind of look like where me and Adam live. It kind of looks like our roads, especially my town. Because god damn, it's like, oh, snowstorm, snow and ice storm. Oh, we're not gonna do shit. Hope someone dies.
Yep. We got to get salt to everybody else. You guys can wait.
It's fucking ridiculous. So we meet Ashley. She is driving to her babysitting gig. She's talking to her mom on the phone, and then she's trying to get her headphones all untangled. I'm like, you're already talking on the phone. Just continue to talk on the phone the way you're talking. Stop distracting yourself, but we got to have that. She almost hits a cat. And and then everybody's staring at her like, nice job. It's like, I like how she waves. I would have been like, fuck you. What are you staring at, bitch? Sing your carols and shut up.
Exactly. Jesus.
And then we get our first little, oh, what's that? When she drives by and then there's like a black explorer that follows her and you're like, oh shit, what's that? We meet Luke, who is trying so hard to get in his babysitter's pants. And this kid is 12, by the way. Just
Yep.
weird. He's looking shit up on the internet.
Listen, he's just starting early.
It's not gonna work. And his friend Garrett is playing video games, and he's pretty much
He's playing the forest.
Play in the forest.
Me and Tim played this game.
It's so funny how he's playing it though, because it's making it sound like he's playing Call of Duty or something. He's like,
Yeah.
kill. I got like a 5 kill string. I'm like, you look like you're throwing spears at
It probably
creatures.
was. You can craft spears.
Yeah,
It was
because
funny the way he
also-
was talking while playing this game.
Yeah, but that's how you murk people in that. They're fucking cannibals. It's not like
You still have to kill them.
you're not calling a UAV. Like, we're going 5 of them. Here comes a
No.
care package, bro.
But you can throw Molotovs at them.
And is
True.
that game on console?
It's on.
think
we
it's
played
on
PUBG.
everything.
It was on PC at the time, yeah. It was on PC.
I mean,
at
is
the
he
time.
playing on a
don't think it
PC?
was
I think he was playing on a console. I mean, he was playing on a
Yeah.
controller. I mean, I guess he could. I don't fucking know. I'm digging
Bunch
too
of
deep into
rich-
that.
uppity fucks.
But yeah, he's trying real hard. He's looking up things to watch a movie and all these ways to try to get his babysitter to, I guess, fall in love with him. And his friend Garrett's like, yeah, not happening. Luke's mom is pretty much, she babies him. He's 12, but still she talks to him like he's 5. And she's like, you're gonna be in bed by 11. Make sure you brush your teeth. And then I guess there's a whole thing where she talks to Olivia, or Jesus, sorry, that's the actress's name. She talks to Ashley about the fact that he's sleepwalking, and there's a pencil thing, and I did not understand what the pencil meant. Does it just mean you put the pencil there and you just know that he's awake by the pencil just falls out?
Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
sleepwalking.
Yeah, but I was like, does it make a mark on the wall or something? Am I overthinking this pencil?
Yeah,
right
it's like the height thing. It's like every time he sleepwalks, it goes up in there.
Another one.
Oh my god, that's
Speaking
the
of height-
extreme one. No.
Why are their doorknobs so high?
Yeah.
Oh,
what the
okay,
fuck? It's
okay.
Australia.
So in Australia, these are how houses are. This is an old Australian house.
They're
is so
4'9".
weird.
This
over
was
there.
one thing
Yeah.
the director
Yeah.
decided not to change. But yeah, my wife said the same thing. She was like, "Why are the doorknobs so high up?" I was like, "Oh,
It's because the door to like prison cells is so much higher.
whoa."
Someone's gonna get that joke.
Yes, I got the joke, and I'm gonna let people
Well,
just think
somebody was
about it.
good.
Yeah. You have to think about
No.
this.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too because now that you explain this makes way more sense. Do you know what you don't ever see in the movie is nobody flushes a toilet. You would know it went the wrong fucking way. And like, this is not America. This is not America.
Whenever I visit Australia, I'm literally gonna flush a toilet and just see, and then I'm gonna go,
I'll see.
wait, what direction does an American one spin? I don't even know. Why am I looking?
Does
I
it go
don't look
down?
at
Yeah,
I
then we're
don't look at
good.
the toilet after I'm done with it 'cause it's just devastation. So.
It's like
I
I
just
don't
hope
want
it
to
goes
see
down.
nightmare. Oh god.
I can smell it. It's bad enough. I don't need a visual.
So I guess the mom is not a big fan of Garrett. I guess he's a bad. She says it to Ashley a little later about the fact that like Garrett's a bad influence on Luke. And I was like, this kid, he like the things he does in this movie, Garrett, the friend, he just doesn't fit what she thinks he is. Like okay, sure.
He's just
Like he's like, I got weed from my brother. It's like, all right, well, I don't see a problem with that. Like he just wants to have a good time.
He's just a.
I mean, I understand he's like
techie
12. Just
Yeah.
Ashley shows up, and that gets Luke all hot and bothered. He's like, she's here. And Dad is creepy. Patrick Warburton
Yes,
is
dude, he was
creepy.
Oh,
Just to mac that shit hard.
But he opened the door and looks at her and he's like,
Isn't it you look ravishing tonight or something?
yeah.
like that?
I'm like, what the hell?
But even that she kind of waves at him too. Like there's some shit going on.
I think it's just one of those things. I mean, I don't want to like overlook
Ow.
the creepiness of the dad, but like she's been babysitting for them for a while. So like they must have like a better relation, like they have a cool relationship, but like it's not okay to be the creepiest fucking guy ever when she walks. Like this girl's in high school, or she's graduating high school, she's about to go to college, and this dude's just like, you looking good, and you're like, whoa, pump the brakes there, Tick.
as his wife is like 4 feet away.
And she doesn't care
Right?
either. She just walks in and she's like, that's it's such a nice thing to say.
It makes you wonder what kind of party they're going to.
Swinger party.
It's a key
obviously.
party.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's the key party. It's the key party from the Grinch. Like,
Yeah, there's an upside down pineapple outside their house for sure.
Oh my god. So, dude, but he looked like I was like, I see the dad and I was like, he has to be the killer. Like I was just like, he just looks the part, and he's all like creepy on the fucking babysitter and shit, and I was like, dude.
Maybe that's just foreshadowing. for
great.
what's to come.
I think great job by the filmmaker to literally throw all these curveballs at you. Like, ooh, could he be the fucking guy that's gonna do shit? What's that black explorer? Like, yeah.
Honestly, though, I will say this: outside of the hitting on the girl, I know this is in America, but whatever. I don't know what the age of consent is in Australia, so let's just say that for the sake of things. So anyway, outside of that, like he just seems like a cool dude, though. Yeah. When he's like, I want to wear my festive tie. She's like, you're not fucking learning. It's like bullshit. Okay, he takes another tie out. And I was like, yeah, dude.
Like that.
What did you guys think of the interaction between him and his wife, where she asks him about has he had any gay experiences? Like the whole thing, I was like,
I don't even remember.
Wow, because he's got like his like ornaments. He's very passionate about his ornaments. And she's like, have you ever done any have you ever had a gay experience? And like mentions all like the different things. Like, has he ever done that? He's like, it's not that I can recall. And I was like,
one time any times at camp. Or
yeah, she just goes on and she's
the dad.
He's like, and he goes, what? I can't enjoy gay things. I was like, wow, that was a weird interaction. That was a weird, like they've clearly been married a long time. Like clearly, your husband likes this shit. But we had to have that 30-second conversation.
This is like clearly one of those people. These people are together just to be together. Like it's not like they really.
You think that they're just together just because of their kid?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, I didn't see like super hostility. I just think they're very comfortable with each other and they're not afraid to like say things. I mean, I don't know. I could.
She seems hateful all the fucking time. She shits on like everything he did.
She's a Madsen, man. Have you ever seen Michael, her brother, Michael Madsen? He's a psychopath. At least in the movies I've seen.
Together for a while, and I don't ever say things.
I don't dunk on my wife. Not like that.
Well, you just got a different type of marriage.
That's true.
They're also older than you, so like they're a different generation of married. I don't fucking know. It's just a weird. It was just a weird interaction. I was just like,
No, you're fair.
what?
It's
All
fair.
right. So yeah, they leave to go to a party, and Luke and Ashley are all alone. But Ashley's preoccupied with she's talking to her boyfriend on the phone, and that makes Luke jealous.
Ricky.
Like fucking Ricky. Ashley finds Lucas pounding back some champagne, and I would have fucking,
Oh, I know.
I would have
What the
fucking
fuck?
tackled this little fucker and ripped that shit out. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, but if you tackle him, that's alcohol abuse because it's going to spill.
It's just champagne. It's not that important.
Party foul.
Yeah, he sucks. This is where I'm like, I don't like Luke. Like, he's just like, and it's that thing where it's like he's doing it to impress her, which is fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's like, it's that thing where it's like, I'm going to look cool in front of her. And she's just like, you were cool before. Like, this isn't going to make you cool. And that's when he kind of like chills out. She disposes of it, but she's like, man, I really hate to do this. And she's like pouring it down the sink. And then she's like, screw it, I'm going to take a sip. But then he catches her and gives her shit. And
then they start drinking it anyway.
yeah, and the boyfriend calls her back and I guess must have said something stupid because she's like, well, that was a low blow, and then hangs up on him. I was like, well, what did he say?
I love my logic to here as I was thinking about it. It's like, hey, we'll just let this minor drink alcohol that you are going to have to give a sleeping pill to later. It's a good time. It's
Right.
fucking intelligent.
Yeah. Well, she's like, I'm never babysitting this kid again. Never gonna see this kid again, hopefully.
So let's just give him sleeping pills.
Yeah, let's
with
give
alcohol.
him some alcohol with sleeping pills. Yep.
It's not like,
Good
is that
choice.
like, is there like an equal symbol in there, like equals death? Because I feel like
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. So,
Just like a depressant on a depressant.
nothing like a depressant to chase the blues away.
This is when we get our first phone call where no one's on the other side. She's just like, hello, and it's like, oh, this is just that, this very 1974 Black Christmas, when a stranger calls type of feeling to it. And they then are watching a movie, and the movie that's on the screen, that must have been a movie made for this movie because it looked terrible. I don't know what I was like, what was scary about this? It looked awful.
The dude in the wrestling mask.
The girl's like, let me in. I was like,
I can't watch this.
Is this a Halloween fan film?
This is got up YouTube. It's fine. I know it's actually no, it's Wolf Creek 4. It's fine.
Wolf Creek 4.
How
No,
am I
I'm just
supposed to talk?
I'm just
when
fucking with you. I just can't. Whatever.
Jeez,
Wasn't that the Australian killer movie? Was it Wolf Creek?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just making some bullshit. I'm sorry. I just didn't know.
was
if I
that
got the
with
name
Dennis
right.
Quaid? No, wait.
No,
What was the one with Dennis
that
Quaid?
was
Cold Creek Manor or something
like that. Yeah. Luke questions Ashley's choice of boyfriend, and I'm like, fucking shut your mouth, you 12-year-old.
What the fuck do you know? Mr. I sleep walk, get your ass to bed.
But then she says the thing that just, I think, sets this. I mean, the events of this movie, I think, were already predetermined what was going to happen. But this line that she tells him just makes things not much better. So Ashley just gets the kid's hopes up. She's like, if I was your age, I'd date you. And it's like, oh no, Ashley, why did you say that? It's not good. They were going to order pizza. And she's like, shit, I haven't ordered any pizza yet. But then the doorbell rings and there's a pizza and there's a creepy guy who's delivering the pizza. You never see his face. She's like, oh, my dad must have ordered it before he left. And it's like, gives the pizza to the guy. And you're like, oh shit, what is happening? Like, is that the killer? Like, who's who?
What's the
He
movie
was
that
kinda
we just
odd.
watched?
Which one?
The guy that delivered the pizza? That was
Oh, it was it was House of the Devil.
Yeah.
It was that
It was
guy.
that guy. It was that guy. He flew to Australia. It's fine.
Well, this movie doesn't take place in Australia.
Close enough.
And then the outdoor Santa decorations just in the house. The fuck?
Yeah.
She's like, I fucking hate this thing. She just
And it
puts
puts-
it outside.
it is a little creepy.
Luke,
I think.
Is it
Keep your
like smoking a cigar? What is it doing?
it's just one of those old school Santas. Just him with his like, I think he's holding up his hand as he's carrying like a sack of presents or something.
So
That's all I
something's
can
like
think of.
sticking out of his mouth.
Oh, maybe he's smoking a cigar. Okay, I mean, if I gotta fly around the world and deliver gifts
If I
in
can
one
fit
night,
my ass down a
I'd be
chimney,
fucking
I will smoke.
celebration cigar for my boy Santa. Damn. He ate a lot of fucking cookies, drank a lot of milk. Thank God Santa's not lactose intolerant. That would be a horrible ride for him.
Unless it was like the recent Santa and he's drinking bourbon.
Mix it with the milk.
Yeah,
Luke just can't catch a break. He tries to comfort her with a kiss, and she's not about it because he's 12.
Step on her.
Yeah,
Hold it there.
and there was a whole thing before where like Garrett is like she's like 10 years older than us, and he's like, no, she's only 5, and my parents are 5 years apart. It's like, well, a little different there, buddy. It's a little
how that
different when
logic
you're
works.
children. And yeah, so this was she's all flustered. He's all flustered because she denies it. And we get another call. And the person on the other line finally says something. He says, I can see you. And boy, does that make you just all happy inside. You're like, yay, someone's watching me.
Santa?
And then the Santa's outside the fucking window. Like, fuck you, Santa.
Yes.
Dude, that Santa just kept making an appearance, and I wanted to, like, if I was there, I would have just drop kicked it.
Oh my God. Get out of here, Santa. So he tries to so she's going to call the police. Or I think she's going to call, I think she was going to call the police because someone is clearly out there fucking with them. And Luke picks up her phone and does the, whoa, and fucking drops it into the fish tank. Like, oh my God. And then she's like, it's the new 8S. I was like, damn. This movie's only 5 years old. How the fuck? 8S?
Oh, we got the 27.
Oh, God. And so, yeah, so Luke tries to get tough, and, somebody knocks at the door. No one's there. Garrett's like, you better leave. I know Taekwondo. And I'm like, what? And then Garrett shows up, tackles him on the floor. And, yeah. And it's, the funniest thing, actually, have we heard Luke scream yet, or like get angry yet?
And his puberty
voice.
No, I don't think so.
His transitional, puberty voice.
I love it.
So
he gets mad.
So Garrett shows up, but then they're still hearing shit upstairs, and they're like, "Oh, someone's here." And I'm like, "Okay, so it's one of those movies." So Garrett's there, and he's like, okay. So they get the phone, or they go upstairs because they found out that the phone line's not working. They try to call out. Then they go to the computer, the Wi-Fi's not working. So of course Ash is like, hey Garrett, fix the shit. And he's like, because clearly I'm just a genius. All right, cool. And they go back downstairs, and when they do that, Garrett slowly makes his way back down with a brick that says, you die, you leave. Or you leave, you die. You die, you leave.
You die. Oh.
Holy shit.
Well, they're not wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we forgot to mention, like, when they go upstairs, a brick gets thrown through the window.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Garrett has his cell phone, and he's trying to call, and he has no signal.
Yep. No siggle.
Signal.
Talking's hard, everybody. Welcome to Dissect That Film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Words are hard all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I just say in fear. Oh, yeah, see? Look, there it is. Hey, here we are.
You fit right in.
And so Garrett, after that thing, they're like, okay, we got to stay in the house, can't leave. And what does Garrett do? He immediately runs out the back door and gets sniped.
Shit.
He gets fucking destroyed. He's just, and gets shot off screen. You're like, oh no. And Luke's like, is he dead? And Ashley asks Luke, she's like, does your parents have a gun? He's like, yeah, it's on his side of the bed. So they got to go upstairs and get it. And when they go upstairs, they go up to the attic, which there's spiders up there, and they get all over Ashley, which I forgot to mention earlier that there was a spider on the counter that she like freaks out about. Like, kill it. He's like,
it appeared out of nowhere. Like, I didn't see it show up until she put her hand down and it was there.
Well,
like, where did this spider come from?
Well,
it's like-
yeah.
Well, I mean, you find out later, but like her hand was there, and then it just appears. It
Like,
just appears on
oh!
her hand. Like, what the hell?
Hey, Dan, what
Well,
kind of spider was this?
See, I don't know.
Was it an
This one
Australian
is-
spider? Since they have
it could be.
75,000 species of them there.
They do have a lot. Because everything kills you in Australia. But anyway, I don't really know what it was, but obviously it's nothing native to the United States. Or at least didn't look like anything native to the United States. I thought it was, now this is Australia. I almost thought it was a huntsman. But the way they position their legs isn't right, because huntsmen seem to be like flat, like crab spiders. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's not a tarantula, I can tell you that right.
I thought it was because it was very leggy.
Yeah, but the legs aren't right. Just didn't look like one to me. You don't see it a whole lot. You kind of get quick glimpses. So
Yeah,
it didn't
so
look like one to me.
Ashley gets covered in them. She crashes through the attic, and Luke catches her. And of course, he does like the weird, like, "Don't worry, Ashley, I got you." And I'm like, "Oh Lord, this
Dude,
is
you know what
weird."
this scene reminded me of?
What?
Where they're in the attic, and then she freaks out about the spider. She's like, "We gotta be quiet. There's a killer in the house." But I'm gonna freak out about spiders. This reminded me of the waterfall scene from the Lost World Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, the
Snake?
dude who's
Oh,
like
shit.
super, like literally walks like
Yeah.
5 feet from a freaking the Friar Tuck dinosaur, and then he's like,
Yeah.
"A snake crawled down my shirt," like, and there's
You
a
know, there's a
T-Rex
T-Rex.
outside.
We know, and I'm just gonna like freak. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Ah!
There are okay. As much as I do like Joyce movies, there are several of these like just blatant like horror movie tropes, and I'm just like, dude, seriously. But anyway, that's minor gripe. But yes, spoods.
I would probably scream.
Even though you knew somebody was in the house, it could possibly.
Yep. Just unintentional reaction,
Just poop your
involuntary.
pants.
It's. I'd probably pee my pants if that were to happen. You know, you're falling head first. You know, from the attic, and
Well,
you've got spiders on you.
Well, you should have the
And I
flail and
probably
just
would've-
lock up and fall over. Like those
It's just break your neck.
fainting goats.
Yeah.
No, it would be an involuntary reaction. Like it's just a
Oh no. So
yeah.
they get out of the attic. They're in like the laundry room. And earlier, Ashley had thrown something into the washer, the dryer, or whatever. And Luke like bravely goes out to go get the gun. And you get the thing where like they know that the burglar's out there, because they like look out the crack of the door and they see a guy walking around with a shotgun and stuff like that. And then the washer goes like it's done, goes off, and she's like, "Oh shit!" But then Luke comes in with the gun in hand, and
Got the piece.
yeah, and they're gonna go back to Luke's bedroom.
Oh, by the way, before you ask, I believe it's a 1911. It looks like a 1911. I almost thought it was a Browning high power, but I was like, no, it's pretty sure it's 1911. This kid would not be running around with a 1911. I'm sorry.
The things, yeah. They hide in the bedroom, but they alert the burglar because they hide. They hide it behind the door, and then they go into the closet and they set off a toy because stop making toys that can't turn off.
Well, that's the whole point.
I know.
Yes, that is the whole point.
But yeah,
I just like where she gets scared and punches the.
she sees the face.
I mean, I probably would have done the same.
Take that, Percy Jason.
True.
So as Ashley's looking through, as the burglar is in the room, he's got, looking around, she notices the hat that the burglar is wearing, because she looked at a picture of Luke and his parents together on a ski trip where Luke is wearing the same ski hat or ski mask. And that's when she's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." She goes out and she's like, "Garrett, take it off." And Garrett's like, dude.
He's scratching his shoulder.
Yeah, because he went into the bathroom to find itch cream, which I thought was a joke. I thought he was stealing pills. But he was. I think he was doing that too. But like he actually needed the itch cream because he was itching himself.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Luke and Garrett confess that it was all staged. Oh, also they fucking stabbed her car. They stabbed her tire.
Yeah.
I've been like, you fucking paying for a new tire, you little shit.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, they confessed that it was all staged. They just wanted to scare her, and Luke wanted to be the hero, and so that she would fall in love with him, and it all blows up in his face. So she flips out. She calls him a child. She literally like berates him in front of Garrett. I mean, she also gives Garrett shit too. And then she's like, I'm going to call your parents. Your parents, like, you're fucked. And he follows her and he tries to get her attention to the point where she turns around. He slaps her, knocking her down the stairs. And I was like, what?
Why does everybody get knocked unconscious when they fall downstairs?
I thought she was dead.
I did too.
Why does everyone fall so aggressively?
I don't know. That's what I wondered. Like, do you ever like think of breaking your fall? Like, has anybody like?
Also, those stairs
Okay.
weren't that steep.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Coming from somebody that has fallen down the stairs, I did fall down the stairs when I was a kid. There is no breaking your fall.
But you got time to think about that. They went a long. It's not like slipping a few steps. Like they have a fucking.
It's like
Granny,
almost a spiral
that's-
staircase, though.
The steps at Granny's house, I fell down those. There's no breaking your fall. Like, I tried, and it was just like...
Okay, I got a question. Me and you have fallen down the stairs multiple times. I have as well.
Well, once.
Okay, well, I
Not
have.
multiple times.
How many times, and this goes for all the viewers, how many times have you fallen down the stairs and been rendered unconscious?
Never.
Wasn't rendered unconscious, but it definitely hurt a little bit.
And I
was,
understand.
like, stunned a little bit, but not...
Well, of course it hurts.
I
But,
can
like,
say, like, the
Go ahead.
amount of times I've fallen down the stairs, like, I've at least been able to slow myself down. Like, these people just flop like dead fishes down the entire stairs. I don't know.
I don't disagree. I know it's a trope. It's a movie thing. I get it. It's just like you either get knocked unconscious or you're dead. If you fall down a set of stairs in a movie, like, you're just fucked.
And if that slap left her unconscious, then there's something else wrong with her that she needs to
Go get checked out. Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, how hard is unless he had something in his hand. Like,
There's
how
no,
hard is
I for some reason, she must have been on like the edge of the stair because there's no way that kid's slap was causing her to fall backwards. She probably would have just took him and like, I'm going to fucking kill you now. Because that's what I would have done. Like, you're going to die, little boy. So we then see she's like, gaining consciousness, and we're seeing Garrett riding around on a scooter, having just a jolly old time. We get a really fucking weird conversation where they're playing Fuck, Marry, Kill, and one of them is Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time, and boy, the things they say about this person, I was like, oh my god.
Hey, at least she would taste like bubblegum.
This is your total shift for the movie.
Holy balls. This is crazy. Garrett is flying high because he was given some oxy, which is just like, damn. All right.
I think that's what he was trying to steal from the cabinet anyway. Was
All right.
oxy
That makes sense.
because after she walked away, you see him fumble with some pills. So I think
Yeah. All right. You probably shouldn't keep.
I mean,
your
the mom was kind of dumb in that, like, he's literally scraping pills, and he's like, "Do you got any itch cream?"
Yeah.
Just pocket some oxy.
But we see Luke, and he is a completely different person now. He is completely unhinged. He is snapped. He's like rubbing the gun on his face. It's just a weird situation that I was not expecting at all.
It's almost like his whole posture even changed. Like, before he was I'm trying to get you to like me. I'm going to play cutesy.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I don't know. Like, it felt like his whole, not just his demeanor changed, but like physically, posture wise.
So the problem with this whole thing is we've already talked about it. Obviously, Luke is, evil, crazy person, right? The problem is he goes from being this wimpy ass little kid to being this mastermind killer person. And unfortunately, he tries to be cool about it, and he just comes off like a whiny little piece of shit 99% of the time.
I mean, he's a 12-year-old kid.
You have heard him talk?
Yeah. Well, I understand.
He has all this, like, he's only that way when he knows he has control, and you could tell, like, when things start to falter for him, that's when he goes back to that scaredy cat, like, oh my god, like, yeah. But it's not like, I think it would be more annoying if this was an adult doing these same things than this is like I said, this is a 12-year-old kid. So like, yeah, it's gonna be annoying, but also you're expecting him to be that way when things don't go the way he planned.
Oh yeah, and he's done a lot of research on this. I mean,
absolutely.
He's watched all this stuff, so he's like, oh well, if this won't work, then I'll just revert back to what I was, because he knows he can, I guess, get away with it because he's 12.
You know who he reminds me of? You'll understand this and nobody else will. Sean.
Oh hell yeah!
Because I have a cousin that he always got in trouble, but he always got out of trouble because he's really good at manipulating people.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, Sean doesn't listen to this episode.
That's okay. He's spending 25 years in prison where
Yeah,
he
I was
belongs.
gonna say he's in jail.
Okay.
He's not.
Well, there we go.
So I've nothing to feel bad about there. So go ahead.
Okay. So we.
But perfect.
Wow.
But that is definitely a perfect reference to.
That's how he is. Like he would just do whatever, and he's just really good at manipulating people. He was always good at manipulating his mother. I felt bad for her because her mom was nice, but just everybody just shit on her. But my aunt, he's just one of those people that like can just flip a switch. He's not book smart. He just knows how to work people. Like, it's just what he's good at.
I feel like we all know someone like that in a way.
Yeah.
There's always, I mean, they're easier to find than most. So we get a really fucked up game of Truth or Dare. This is when, Garrett dares Luke to touch.
This part was like very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I mean, I'm glad they didn't show anything. I'm glad that you knew what was happening, and like Luke's just being creepy about it, just like, oh, how does that feel? How was that? And I love her response where she's like, it was like a little boy was feeling me up, and I was just like, fucking hate this kid. God, this kid. Oh, I can't wait for this fucking kid to die. This kid fucking sucks.
This is also where I started feeling really bad for Garrett.
Yeah, because Garrett was not expecting. Like, he knew that there was this weird fucking. Like, his whole thing was the fake break-in. I think that's all he thought this was going to be. Because after Luke knocks out Ashley, when he knocks her down the stairs, like, Garrett comes out, he's like, what did you do? What do you do? Like, what is this? And then
Which
Luke
I think is the reason he gave him the oxy after that, to kind of like keep him in the loop. Because I think he wanted out.
Leaving.
I think he wanted out, and then he was like, "Yo, here's some oxy."
He goes, "What you wanted?" So yeah, it just keeps going. You get the point where Ashley does it to Luke and says something about, telling Garrett that Luke killed his hamster, guinea pig, or whatever it was. And so they argue a bit about that, and then then you got the funniest thing about that whole thing was when no one asked Garrett, like no one. He's just like, how come no one asked me?
Yeah.
But then he says fucking weird shit where he's like, you better have it where I'm making out with her or something. I was like, oh my god, these horny kids.
Yeah.
So Ashley, so they, I don't remember where Luke and Garrett went, but they went to, Garrett was like, yeah, I'm fucking done with this. I'm getting out of here. So Luke like chases him down to try to talk him into staying. Ashley, is able to get a flashlight and try to signal out the window. I don't know, is that where Ricky lives? Like, she's signaling him?
Well, they talked about it.
I think it's just the neighbor.
I think she's just trying to get somebody's the neighbor attention. Yeah, somebody.
When Luke comes back, he has a plan in mind where he's going to pretty much set Ashley up as the culprit behind everything that happened. So he's going to force her to drink to the point where she's so, like, she blacks out, and then, she's going to forget everything Luke's done. I'm like, I don't think that's how blacking out works, because she knows everything that's happening before blacking out. Like, she's not drunk. She knows everything that's going on, and you black out is usually the events of the blackout that you don't remember because you're blackout.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the one part of that movie that he's like, because he's going to roofie her.
Yeah.
And he thinks that she's going to forget everything beforehand. And I'm like, well, that's not, I mean, yeah.
I said the same thing. I was like, that's not how it works, dude.
That's not how it works.
Also, we
any
got to
of this
remember
works.
that even though this plan does go pretty well for Luke, he's also a 12-year-old kid who is planning this.
Yeah.
So these things probably weren't well thought out.
Yeah. Well, probably better than most 12-year-olds would
Oh,
probably do in this situation.
Because
But
he still has the backup.
well, there's stuff we talked about, and I was like, just thinking, like, it just like I literally racked my brain like the night after. I was like, this shit would not pan out the way he wants it to. It's just stupid.
It's definitely like loopholes. Like,
It's like you watch this from like movies and shit. Like, if I did this would work. Like, no, that's how real life works, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen enough horror movies. I'm like, how it's gonna work, but okay.
So Luke tries to force her to drink. She knocks a bottle out of his hand. It smashes on the ground. Then they hear the door knock. So Luke goes to answer the door, and he's like, Garrett, you stay. Make sure nothing happens. You clean this mess. And I would have been like, fuck you, man. I ain't picking this shit up. I didn't sign up for this shit. The fuck, man? Like, Garrett should have left a long... Like, when Luke left, I would have been like, I'm out, bud. I'm going to went right out the back door. Like, get the fuck out of there,
Well, that's the thing,
buddy.
is that the scene that when he walks away and he follows him and all you hear is yelling, but you don't actually see them. You don't know what happens. So you don't know if he's threatening him or you don't know exactly what's happening. I think that's why they keep it off cameras, to kind of keep you thinking of like, oh, maybe he did something to make him stay.
I mean, he probably did threaten him because he's threatened throughout the whole movie. Like, you're gonna get in trouble for this, not me, or you're gonna be considered, you're in this with me. You're doing all this shit, so you're gonna get in trouble too.
Well, Garrett's also that.
And Garrett's the lackey. He's gonna do what he's told.
He's that kind of friend that's just, or quote unquote friend you have that he just does whatever everybody else wants to do, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah,
He's that follower, so
he doesn't want to get in trouble for it, so he's gonna keep going.
So we find out Ricky's at the door, and he is adamant that he needs to talk to Ashley. Luke tries to say anything and everything to try to get rid of him. Pretty much down to the point where he's like, yeah, she's having menstrual cramps. And I was just like, yeah, it's because Ashley's going to be just sharing that with you. If that was the fact, the fuck out of here. Like, if I was Ricky, I'd be like, yeah, I don't think so. But he's going through, like, for one, I've been like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, and
as a female, but as a female though, we don't call it menstrual cramps. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, but that's what he says. And I was like, she's having cramps. She's having menstrual cramps. I was like,
no, that is not how it's referred to. So,
okay.
He's definitely not in the know on that one.
But yeah, Ricky, he comes in, he's adamant to find her. He goes upstairs looking for her, and to the point where Luke finds a baseball bat and fucking smokes him in the back of the head. And he turns around and he does a little dance. Now, this is the exact same dance as the main character, Alex, from A Clockwork Orange. Before Ricky stands back up again. And this is the
most realistic thing in this movie.
What, that he didn't get knocked out by getting hit with a baseball bat?
Yeah. I think, like, and that realistic. I think it's the most plausible thing at this point, because like he gets hit. Like, yeah, I've seen people get hit by smoked with baseball bats, like CCTV and videos. They don't always just like out. Like they'll stumble around a little bit. I've seen people get back up and everything from it. So.
Yeah, he gets back up. He goes after Luke, and this is where you see scared child Luke. He's screaming, and he's getting thrown up against the walls to the point where he remembers the pencil under the rug, where he grabs it, and this is gnarly, where he stabs him in the cheek. Like, oh no!
Stabs down too. It's like not even right through. I'm like, he had to hit something real
some
good.
Meat on that when he pulls it out. Yeah. And and he knocks him out. He hits him with the bat again.
He like.
Oh no, Ricky was going to do more, and Garrett shows up with the shotgun. And and that's when Luke hits him again with the
So
baseball bat.
stupid. It's so
he
fucking
hits him.
stupid.
He hits him in the perfect spot, though.
And Garrett is to the point where he's like, dude, what are we doing? This is way more than I signed up for. What has happened? But Luke is having fun. He's having a blast, and it's terrifying. So he has them both downstairs, and he's just having a grand old time, and he pretty much is like, Ashley, I want you to call Jeremy, who is the ex-boyfriend. Because at first they were playing it up like, oh, is Jeremy playing the prank? Like, the crazy ex-boyfriend. But no. So they call she doesn't want to call him. So Luke ends up calling him. So Ricky, he pisses on the floor to give Ashley some time because she actually gets a piece of glass when she falls earlier and from the bottle. So she's kind of slowly been like sawing her way through the duct tape. And
she cut herself too. She's like bleeding on the floor and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
When she was cutting her leg, or the tape out from her leg, and she's like every time like Luke's around, like she's like trying to hide it with her foot, so he doesn't notice it. And this is where you get the fucking weird. Like Luke comes back from disposing of the piss, and he's like, "Oh, Ricky, your piss stinks, man." And then he calls, what's he call him? Ranky or something like that?
I don't know.
Reeky. Yeah, because his piss reeked. And that's when you get the awkward thing. I mean, this is fucking beyond weird, where Luke just gets the weird idea of going, you know what? I want to watch you two fuck. And I was like,
oh, I'm so glad.
What? Thank God nothing happens with that.
Has she already figured out that Luke messaged Ricky?
No,
that's later.
That's a little bit later. Yeah.
Never mind. Cut that.
No. I think this is in this part. It's like right after this. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, you told me to message. I came over because you messaged me or something, and she's like, I never messaged you to come over.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get ahead of this, but do you notice what Luke does? He takes plastic wrap off her phone.
Oh, that's because you find out that the phone that he threw into the fish tank wasn't her phone.
It's not her phone.
He switched the phones.
And I did not get that until just now.
Yeah, he takes the phone and it was in like a Ziploc bag. And he messages. Yeah, and this was she's like, you were the one who messaged Ricky. And then he ends up calling
So that
Jeremy.
was the perfect twist of this movie, though, was that I thought like all those scenes were cheesy, but there was always a point to them.
Yep.
Which was part of the twist.
Yeah.
So it was so like when I first started watching the movie, I was like, this is so cheesy, but great. Like, it was kind of cool. And then the twist happened, I was like, wow, there's a reason behind all of this. And that, I mean, you said this guy didn't make many big movies, but good for him for
how
he played this out.
A serial killer.
No shit. He's so fucking weird.
But it's one of those things where like we've seen evil children in movies plenty of times, but like this is the like you say realistic killer child, like just sadistic child.
But it's like he's got everything planned out down to specific details, like the plastic wrap.
He's a sadistic Kevin McAllister.
Like
he really is.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to compare it to that, but like that's what he is.
I mean, with the scenes though, it that's really what it falls back to.
And the thing about this movie is that I'm not going to go ahead, but everything this kid does is realistic. Like it's something that because he's so he does it so planned out that it's not like there's so many movies out there that like this little kid's taking advantage of people triple his size and all of this, but he does it so planned out where they really are confused into their demise. Really, I mean,
except for like upstairs with that scene with Ricky, I don't think that wasn't part of his plan. The only reason that it all worked out was because Garrett goes up there with the shotgun, which then turns back to like Luke now has the upper hand back, where if Garrett doesn't show up, Luke is fucked and movie over.
Yeah.
Yep.
So everything just falls into his lap. So we get then Luke flips out because he smells weed. He goes in and Garrett's smoking weed in the living room. You don't see any of the interaction that's going on. All you hear is like him flipping out about how his mom's going to be pissed. And then he brings the weed in because they're gonna make it look like Ricky was smoking the weed, and he smokes it, and it's starting to come out of his cheek hole, and they're all like,
Oh.
"Fuck, that's so cool!" And Luke holds his nose and mouth so they can see the smoke, and like
Yep.
Ricky's fucking choking. Oh
Yep.
my god, this is awful. Ashley gets free, and sorry. That's in a little bit. Ricky gets dragged out below the banister, or below the that's what it's called, right? Is that what that fucking
Loft.
the loft? There you
I
go.
don't
The banister is the
I'm just-
stairway.
It's almost like a not necessarily
It's like a
loft.
mezzanine, kind of.
We used to live in a house that was like that. There was 2 staircases that went up to a
Oh, fancy.
almost. It was way fancier than we could afford. But it was like a balcony type thing that went from one side of the house to the other, and you could like look over. So it was almost like a balcony-esque. I don't know. I'm assuming their house is laid out kind of like that. Just how he.
Well, there is 2 staircases, isn't there?
I think
I
it's
think
just the one.
so.
I think it's
I
just
think
that
there
one
wa-
on the main one that they all walk down.
I don't know, because the scene when she first shows up, it looks like there's 2 staircases like going up on either side.
Maybe.
But I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I just want to have a house like this just so I can make awkward welcomes when people walk through. Hello, everybody! Like, just be there. Like,
Non-sadistic
I want to go
12-year-olds.
home. I don't like it here.
I need a house like that so I can make everybody leave.
So yeah,
Get out of my house.
they set Ricky up underneath this loft. I'm just gonna call it a loft. And they earlier in the movie, Luke and Garrett were talking about the whole paint can scene from Home Alone, about like the fact of like, would it do what it did in Home Alone, or would it actually, could it kill someone? And Luke is like, yeah, it would probably kill you if it hits you in the face, type thing. Where Garrett is kind of on the side of the way Home Alone portrayed it. So Luke wants to test that theory with Ricky. And of course, he makes Garrett blindfold him. And Garrett doesn't know what's happening until the paint can just whizzes by. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I got to make sure it's even with his head." I was like, "Oh my god." Ashley gets free. She takes the gun because they left the gun next to her.
I love it. She's not fully free. She can't get
She
her
just drags
other
the
arm
chair.
away.
She's like, fuck.
She's like, fuck it. And
Fuck it.
pulls the
Drags
chair along.
And yeah, she gets there and she's pointing the gun. She's like, put it down, let us free, to the point where Luke just fucking lets it go and it smokes Ricky in the face. You don't see it.
So
But
the funniest part about this scene was that I knew the gun was empty as soon as he threw the can, because he wouldn't have thrown the can if it was actually loaded.
And the fact that he's laughing.
Yeah. So it's empty before they even go to that scene.
I mean,
She asked him earlier, is it loaded? And he's like, yeah, I checked.
So there was kind of multiple hints for knowing it was empty.
This scene though,
I have
I
complaints.
thought was.
I have complaints.
Go ahead, Dan.
Oh, I was just gonna say, here's the thing that I don't like about this. Right, this is a kid. Obviously, he's crazy, power hungry, whatever. Thinks he's gonna be in this. If you're so confident in your ability to do this, right? At what point do you realize it's not loaded? Because the gun's not loaded. Why would you not have it loaded anyway, just in case you needed it?
But he knows it doesn't need to be loaded. He went and got the gun. He probably unloaded it before he came back. If he knows about this gun, he's going to extract that round.
I got a counter argument to that. And this could be him bullshit because he's the villain of the movie. Later she pulls it and it's click, what parent would keep a weapon and ammo together, right? Of course it's not.
Because that's what he says. Most people keep their guns and their ammo.
But spoiler alert,
which is not
the shotgun is.
So my question to Dan's point is, why is the shotgun so easily accessible.
Why is any of
Where
this
did the
so
shotgun
annoying?
come
Yeah.
from?
I'm assuming
Oh,
it's his dad.
It says his hunting gear.
Yeah, it was dad's hunting gear.
Yeah.
So
But why-
he knows about guns. He's probably
Yeah.
been hunting. He's
So,
12. He's
yeah.
probably been hunting.
So
He's dad.
Why
why?
would you tell your kid unless it's not locked up? Why would you tell your kid?
It's
about
clearly
it?
not locked up. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, that's my point. Is like these parents suck because these guns are not even locked up.
But they could be locked up and he figured out the code.
I know he's a smart guy.
He's planned. I know it's a long stretch because yes, he's 12, but he has already planned all this out with, oh, okay, it could go this way, so okay, plan B. He has this planned out, plan A, B, C. He has from beginning to end. He knows how it's supposed to go. Yes, it doesn't always go how it's supposed to go, but he still has it.
Here's my thing with it. I don't care to say it on here because it doesn't bother me. I'm a big advocate of it. I carry a weapon on me every day. Everywhere I go, I don't care. That's my right. That's what I do. I do not carry it loaded with the off chance that I will never use it. I understand.
He's going to keep it to where she can't load it. So
Well, I think
Then the smart thing would be to keep it on him at all times.
I think the point though is that like when you have it on you, you want it loaded, right? But I think when like his parents are leaving, what he's saying is like when they leave it locked up or well, supposedly locked up, that they leave the ammo and the gun separate.
Yes.
So I don't know if that was like obviously if you have it on you, you're going to want to load it. I mean,
yeah.
What's the point of a gun at that point? You might as well just throw a rock at their head.
That's very true.
And he knows this. She may not know that.
Well, that's true. Well, she doesn't because you don't know. So you just point a gun at you. You do not know the condition of the weapon when it's being
Exactly.
pointed at you. You just have to treat
But
it as
she
it
also
is.
had confirmed with him previously that it was loaded.
Well,
So that makes me think that she doesn't know how to.
because she's buying
load it.
into it. She probably doesn't.
She's buying into his because he's not going to lie to her because he hasn't really lied to her up to the point of the start of all this,
Yeah, but at this point,
which
and it doesn't specify where they live, by the way. Like you see like a little bit, but like you can't just discharge a firearm in a neighborhood like this and nobody be unaware of it. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe that. So the fact that he would have it, if he discharged it, if he shot her, like even later in the show, he's got the gun pointed out and was like, "You ain't gonna shoot me."
I mean,
I don't know. It's just like I know it's for the movie, but what I'm saying is the dude's up his own ass so much, and this shit works out too well for somebody like him. I'm sorry, but carry on.
My only other
Tank can unloaded.
My only other like addition to that would be maybe it's fear inflicted too. I mean, I'm just kind of throwing darts at a board, but maybe it's to the point where like even though she acts like she doesn't care, maybe she doesn't want to react because she's so afraid.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I mean, I've never had a gun to my head, but I don't know how it feels. So it might be like even if I were to act tough, I would act like it was loaded, even if it wasn't.
Oh yeah, of course.
Which
That's
is-
how you should
that's
treat
how
it.
you're supposed to
Realistic.
treat a gun.
Yeah.
But with her at the point of her wanting to pull the trigger, at this point she's not worried about if it's loaded at this point because it's supposed to be loaded. Click. Okay, it's not loaded. Click. Okay, but she should have had to.
Well, yeah. If she doesn't know how to weapons, she just doesn't know.
She wouldn't have known how to,
She wouldn't know how to check it.
But you never know how you're going to react in that situation either.
It also makes sense why he left it. Like,
Yeah,
he
he
Yeah, I
wasn't
think he
worried about
planned
leaving it.
on this possibly happening. I think there was a slight chance he knew that she was going to get herself free, and if anybody other like. I can guarantee Garrett didn't know the gun was empty. I can guarantee like no one but Luke knew that gun was empty. So he's just in his head. He's like, well, it's okay if I leave it around because if someone tries to kill me with it, tries to think that they're going to get me with it, it's going to be empty. And no one's going to know but me.
That's true. It's true.
And doesn't Garrett only shoot the shotgun once?
Garrett doesn't shoot the shotgun at all.
Yeah, Garrett doesn't shoot the shotgun.
So see, he wouldn't have known if it was loaded either.
Well, see, that's the thing. Is the whole movie, the dude's running around like waving the fucking gun all over the place, flagging everything, and known to man, even himself, and he's got his finger on the trigger all the whole fucking time.
But nobody knows that.
No, I know.
You do,
I-
as you and I do, as
I'm just saying.
but
Like I said, I know
she
it's the
wouldn't
thing.
notice
She
that.
wouldn't. I don't know her experience with that sort of stuff.
But she worried about it being loaded
Yeah.
and didn't check it.
Yeah, that's fair, I
So
know. I'm just saying. Go ahead. Just carry on.
you're thinking too far.
I am.
into
I'm thinking
it
with
as
my mentality of it, not.
someone who knows how to use a gun. Carry on.
So as she gets free, she holds him up. Luke drops the can. It hits Ricky in the face, and you get the shot of it. Doesn't show it impact Ricky, but you just see kind of his waist down, and you see the paint, the yellow paint mixed with his blood.
Ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup and mustard. That's what I said because
Yeah.
that's exactly what it looks like.
Well, you get the conversation between Luke and Garrett in a little bit.
And
Yeah.
he didn't just throw it; he launched
Oh,
that
he
thing.
launched that
like,
thing.
he-
Now,
And-
I want to know. Do you guys think that would actually happen?
No.
with a full paint can.
I want like
Those are
opinions
heavy.
because I don't.
I mean,
I don't
enough
know.
force. I don't
Heavy.
think. I mean, I don't think his face. I don't think his face exploded. I think he just
No.
enough blunt force trauma to the face. It probably would have. I think it's a full paint can. I think it could possibly. It would have killed him. Direct shot to the face.
At least did some like brain.
It's going to
bleed,
shatter
like,
his face. It's going to
unconscious.
shatter
Yeah.
the bones in the front of his face. It's going
Not-
to cause a lot of brain damage.
Not as dramatic as you see at the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at least it worst case scenario kills him.
Yeah,
Best case scenario, he's disabled for the rest of the film. Easy.
you can knock somebody's nose cartilage into their brain.
Yep.
So I mean, it's not possible. It's just
I mean, it's definitely not going to feel good. That's for sure.
Absolutely not. So Ashley decides to run, and Luke sends Garrett after her. They have a little tussle in the yard. She is able to get the upper hand on him. She figures out that the gun, or she gets hit with a gun, and you think she gets shot, but actually it's a paintball gun that Luke set up. That's kind of how it played out when Garrett got taken out in the backyard earlier. She is able to, get over the fence, but she is smoked in the back of the head with a brick, which would definitely just, I don't know if you're like, she's already gotten a concussion from falling down the stairs, most likely. This is most certainly gonna kill her. 100%. Like, this is a severe concussion, brain bleeding, fucking vegetable, possibly. Like, this is that would have ended it. And she even states it. She's like, I need to go to a hospital. I have a concussion. Like, when she wakes up after that, I was like, no, bitch, you should be dead.
I like how nobody hears someone getting pegged with a brick.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
or you get the thing where
the freaking carolers.
the carolers are like,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
all right, keep singing.
it's just noise.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird.
Oh, we didn't mention though that after Luke kills Ricky with the paint can, like, he is fucking ecstatic about it. He's like, I told you, Garrett. I told you. And she's like, why are you laughing? He's like, I proved it. I was like, this kid is so far gone. There is no way he's coming back.
He plays this part way too well. It's kind of terrifying.
It's
Yeah.
horrifying.
It's kind of terrifying.
So,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I said in the beginning, he makes you hate him
Oh yeah.
very easily.
Oh,
Makes you hate him.
100%. Ashley's back to being tied up. Garrett tries to be Luke tries to get all like, funny, and he tries to be all suave until Ashley kicks him in the balls.
Oh,
I was
yes.
like, yeah.
Good scene.
So this is where, Garrett is so like, he is at the bottom of the barrel. Like, he is so fed up with everything. Like, he is just spent. He doesn't want anything to do with anything anymore. Luke's trying to give him a pep talk. He tells him about like, hey, you should go get washed up. You kind of look like ketchup and mustard, like we had stated before. And he talks about the fact of like, Luke talks about, I'm not going to get caught. I'm like the Houdini of getting away with things. And I was like, oh my God, little fucker.
Yep.
we then go outside, and Garrett is sitting in his car. Or sorry, Jeremy is sitting in his car. This is Dr. A. Montgomery. As we stated before, he played Billy in Stranger Things. He was also in the Power Rangers movie that came out a few years ago, and which was, to be honest, I actually enjoyed.
It was a good movie.
He played the Red Ranger. So yeah, he's outside. He's pepping himself up. He's drinking and driving because that's cool.
Absolutely,
it's not.
That's what bothered me.
Joke.
Damn it, he's drinking and driving.
So yeah, so he's he's drinking. He's prepping himself up, trying to figure out what he's going to say to Ashley. He goes and he runs into a device that's in the back. He's like, "What the hell is that?" You find out that's the thing that Luke would use to throw the brick through the window. And I'm guessing he used it to. Did he use it to throw the brick at Ashley too, or does he just chuck that thing?
I think he chucks it.
Yeah.
Well, because could he moved it that quick?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I guess there was a time period in between because he's got to tie her up and everything. So I guess he could have moved it back.
Yeah, the only reason
I just refuse that wormy little fuck could throw a brick that hard.
No, there's no way possible. That was a hefty brick. And that kid, not a lot of muscle mass on him.
But he's throwing that handgun around like it weighs like nothing.
Yeah, 1911's got some heft, bro.
Yeah.
But the only reason you know this is the device for the window was because it pans up to the hole in the window, and you're like, oh, all right.
Okay, we got it.
Luke catches Jeremy outside, and they kind of have a talk, and Jeremy is reacting exactly how I think anyone would react. Like, what the fuck are you? Why do I have to talk to you? And Garrett is just 100% over this. Luke makes Jeremy write down an apology to Ashley, and at first, it's a really lame one. And then he's like, all right, now you really have to think up a good one.
Yeah.
So
he's like, you better write a better one or I can go in there and tell it's over. And he's like, oh, I'll sit down and write a better one.
All right. So he sits on the swing. And as he's writing this heartfelt message, Luke runs behind him, grabs or throws a rope over his neck and starts to pull him up. And he attached the rope to the lawnmower to then pull him higher and higher to then kill him.
My only confusion would... Oh, sorry.
No, please.
My only confusion with the scene is when he has it attached to the lawnmower, he attaches it to something else afterwards to keep him hanging, and then he drives the lawnmower back into the thing. But
it's such an eerie scene.
What is he? He just grabs it, and I'm sorry, but there's no way he himself is holding up the weight of that person. I'm sorry. No. It's not happening. So I don't know what he attaches it to, but he drives the lawnmower back into the shed, and the guy's still hanging.
It's such an eerie scene when you see like Jeremy hanging there, and then you just see in the background Luke driving the lawnmower back into the garage, and you're like, into the shed, and you're like, what the hell?
And he was too excited about it.
Here's another. Okay, first off, I refuse to believe this dude would just do this note thing. Anybody logically be like, this is fucking stupid.
He's also been drinking.
I understand. I'll call her later, right? This is fucking dumb. Secondly, this is supposed to look like a suicide, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing around him that he was standing on, and like that I saw. He didn't like stage a chair or stage a stool.
So supposedly is the swing.
Yeah, but
the swing's not high enough off the ground.
He's hanging higher than the swing, which would not make sense.
Yeah, he is.
The thing you stage, it has to be higher than you.
Yeah,
nobody
doesn't
think of this, but
yeah, let's not.
No, there's other things later, but yeah. Carry on. I get what the kid's trying. This is what I'm talking about. Holes in his plan, and I don't like the fact that how well this worked out.
Yes.
Yeah, everything is falling into place pretty well for this 12-year-old psycho. Ashley talks Garrett into helping her escape, and he's kind of like, I can't. And then he does. And as he's in the middle of doing it, Luke blasts him, knocking him back. Like, you literally see this kid fly through the air. Like, it's just, holy shit.
Well, he kissed his girl. Come on.
Oh, yeah, he kissed her on the forehead. Yeah, and he's like, I told you, she's mine. I told you not to touch her. And I was like, and Garrett's just on the ground like, you shot me.
Dude, that shotgun threw him like a fucking paper towel across the room. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Dan looks so amused. Yes, Dan, I can guarantee. I'm figuring this would not happen if you shot something with a shotgun.
You-
It's
you-
more
you
for
would-
dramatic effect.
It is. You don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the kid wouldn't like stumble or fall back a little bit, but he would not
Big
launch across
launch.
physics, bro. Newton, equal opposite reaction. If he shot Garrett and did that, then the shotgun would in turn do the same thing to whatever the
To
fucking
Luke, it would have
Luke.
thrown him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
no.
was gonna say if it's
I'm sure it was a 12
anything-
gauge shotgun he shot him with. Like that's there's some heft behind that
But
shit.
anything, it would just like knock him
Yeah,
down.
I mean,
right
but
where he's
Garrett-
at.
Compared to Luke, like Garrett, I think is more of a solid kid,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
where Luke is like this fucking twig. He was like me when I was his age,
Wow.
Me too.
But yeah, he shoots Garrett, and Garrett he's like, "You shot me, I'm dying." And then before he gets shot a second time, he's like, "I want my mommy," and I was like,
Oh, that broke me
"Oh,
right there.
Garrett,
I was like,
pick
damn
better
it, kid,
friends,
you need to
Garrett."
die. Luke needs to be dead.
Oh
Right now.
no!
I've never wanted death on a kid, but that one.
So pretty much Luke tries one final time to get Ashley to, I guess, to fall in love with him, and she's just pretty much like, "Go fuck yourself." And that's when he stands behind her and stabs her in the neck and says goodnight.
Well, he wants her to open her eyes.
Oh, that's right,
Yes.
because she starts to tell a story and she doesn't finish the story, and he's like, "What? Tell me," and she doesn't. Yeah, she like just sits there with her eyes closed.
Because he says that his mom used to stay with him and cuddle with him
That's
until
right.
he slept, and she stopped, and he hasn't been able to sleep since. And she's like, and now I know why she doesn't sleep with you anymore. And he's like, why? Like that really bothered him.
Mhm.
Well, that's the thing is also when he killed Garrett, like he kind of lost his shit. Of course, he blames everybody else
Of
for his
course.
problems, let alone himself, because he's an irresponsible dipshit. And then that's just compounding because he like freaks out and he kind of gets himself back in check, and that whole thing just because he's not in control of that situation. He can't make her do what he wants her to do.
She won't. Yep.
Yeah, she will not
won't do it.
comply.
I
So-
mean, you can. I mean, throughout most of the movie, when you figure out that Luke is is this psychotic kid, when he shoots Garrett dead, when he shoots him the second time and he's dead and he's flipping out and saying why couldn't you just listen? And then the last thing he says is, "You were starting to annoy me anyways." I was like, "Oh my Anta."
Yep.
So yeah, he
Yes.
stabs Ashley in the neck. He thinks everyone is dead, so now it's the staging part of everything. So he's pretty much going to make Jeremy out to be the killer. He pretty much makes it look like Jeremy committed suicide, but he also killed Ricky and Garrett and Ashley, and then Luke was just going to be sleeping up in his bed. Yeah, so you pretty much see his plan backwards. Like you see him going through all the things that he had set up and all that. And the last thing is him going in his, like he's upstairs, like in his pajamas, like brushing his teeth, doing
my
all his
gosh.
stuff. And there's like knowing the fact that there's just dead people downstairs and just carnage. But the last thing is he needs to prop the pencil outside of his door, but he can't do it. He's trying to do it from the inside of his room. So what he does is he sets it up and then has to crawl out his parents' window to get to his room, where then he knocks the reindeer over that are like displayed on the top there. And then he almost drops the candy cane, but catches it right as his parents are like walking in.
That scene annoyed me too. His hand of a 12-year-old is not catching that candy cane as it's falling off a
it's
roof
like a little baby hand catching this like
in the
candy cane.
middle of winter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Where you're cold, he's barefoot, and he's catching a candy cane like John Wick. No way.
I know.
Like John Wick. So he gets into bed. He pretends to fall asleep. He's waiting for the reaction. You hear his mom scream from downstairs. And the first thing is like, "Where's Luke? Where's Luke?" She comes upstairs. "Where's my baby?" She's like comforting him. And then you kind of see, you don't see anything. You just hear the police talking to the dad outside. The fact of like, you could tell like the parents are actually not that like, I mean, I guess just from what we've seen, the parents aren't terrible people. Like the dad's outside talking about the fact of like, hey, do any of the parents know? Like, you know, I just saw Garrett's dad last week or something like that. Like he cared for these people. Like these parents, it's not like these parents that like beat their child. And like this kid was just he was a kid of privilege who just thought he could do whatever he wanted and get away with it. And he almost does until he finds out that Ashley's alive. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, she put a piece of duct tape on her stab wound, which temporarily stopped the bleeding. And I just went, because there was a line that Luke says before when he keeps duct tape, and he's like 1,001 ways to use duct tape. And that's exactly what popped in my head when you find that out.
Which that scene wouldn't have made sense, but Garrett actually slices most of her duct tape off. He cuts down the middle of the duct tape when before he gets sonic blastered across the kitchen. But
yes,
yeah, they had to. But she played it off like she was still like fully secured. But yeah, so she's still alive. They're like the mom goes down to kind of see what's going on, and so Luke's looking out the window, and she flips him off before she's put into the ambulance. And that's it. That's it until they show a little bit of the credits, and then they show one more scene where it shows Luke.
Oh, we didn't watch that.
So Luke turns to his mom and goes, "Mom, I'm worried about Ashley. We should go to the hospital." And then that's when the movie ends.
Sure, you're worried about it.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's like him trying to find a way to get to her to finally end it, like try to find some way to actually kill her, or see if she says anything. It's all up in the air. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. And I think, like you guys said, like it's annoying for me. I was like, I kind of liked it that way, where it's like it's open ended. Even though I did want to see this little fucker die, he sucked. But that's it. That is Better Watch Out from 2017.
Adult jail.
This was this movie, I think, was definitely a better way to end this year than what we were originally going to talk about.
Oh gosh, yes! I'm so glad you changed your mind.
I was like, I really hope they haven't watched that movie yet.
No.
If you want to know about the movie that we were going to talk about, the 2019 Black Christmas, Hack the Movies, a podcast that I listen to every week, just covered all three of them in an episode. So go check out that episode of Black Christmas where they determine what is the worst Black Christmas. Guess what, guys? Spoiler alert, it's that one. But yeah, this was 2022. We do, as you are listening to this though, we're not done yet in 2022 because we depending on what time you listen to this on Friday, we're going to be doing a live show, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So come hang out with us. We're going to be on YouTube this time for our final live stream of 2022. Yeah. Also, we have the votes are in, and we have our first franchise that we're going to be covering in 2023.
Uh-oh.
I missed. I don't know how.
Our first episode of 2023 will be the 1979 classic Alien. We're going to be covering the entire Alien franchise with other movies sprinkled in here and there, because doing the entire franchise at once for the next however many weeks is going to be a lot of work. But we're going to be sprinkling some stuff in, guys. The second week of January, there's a Friday the 13th. So what are we going to do? We're going to talk about a Friday the 13th movie. We're going to have some guests on who are going to pick some movies for us to cover. But we're going to be sprinkling in the Alien franchise throughout probably the next couple months. We got Alien.
You cheated.
Who did?
Did you vote?
No.
Okay, you did. I'm sorry. I was like,
she would have voted for hers.
Right there. How did I miss
No, I did see it, and I did retweet it, but I did not vote for I did not vote for anything.
I didn't even.
I just seen it was highlighted. I thought you did quick because there would be a check next.
No, I accidentally.
No, there would be a check next to it if you did.
Yeah, I know. I accidentally highlighted everything.
So we got a couple comments about Better Watch Out. Our first one is from our pals over at the Flicks and Friends podcast, who said it's a solid movie. Had a ton of fun watching it last year. And then we had one from our good pal Gerald from Two Peas on a Pod, who said, I'm a big fan of this one. Watch it every year. Very excited.
Good. At least it's getting people watching it.
Yeah. Very, very exciting. Yeah. So thank you for everybody who leaves a comment on our posts about the movies we're covering. Thank you to everybody who voted on the film franchise we're going to be covering in 2023, starting off. Like I said, though, we're going to be starting off with, we're literally going to be talking about Alien next week. And then the week after, we're going to be talking about a Friday the 13th movie, because it's Friday. It's going to be Friday the 13th, the second week of January. So
Yeah.
you gotta talk about a Friday the 13th movie for Friday the 13th. And there's two in 2023, one in January and then one in October. And
that's fitting as
a
fuck.
perfect month to talk about a Friday the 13th movie. But we don't know which one we're going to be talking about in January. We're going to be talking about that probably off air.
That makes me so happy, because that's the day after my birthday.
Your birth. It is.
Very, very excited. And then, like I said, we're going to be having some awesome guests coming on to talk some movies. We're going to be letting them pick out the movies we talk about, which is going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. And don't forget to check out the live stream on YouTube.
Yes.
YouTube.com/dissect that film. We're going to be doing our live stream. We're going to be talking about the year as a whole, what our favorite episodes were, what your favorite episodes were, what things you would like to see us cover on the show this year or next year, whenever. We got a lot of things to talk about. Hopefully we'll be hitting that 10,000 downloads the first couple months of the year. We're so close.
I know.
But yeah, 2022 has been a fantastic year for this channel, for this show. It's our first full year of the show, which is awesome. And we thank you all for all the support. Adam, thank you for coming back. We miss you here.
Sir.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime.
What?
Anytime.
I thought you were trying to give me a pen.
No, I just said thank you, sir. And I was pointing at you with this pen.
Would you like a pen?
I need something right.
It's a diamond.
It's Sarah's diamond pen. She left down here. I was like, I've been clicking on it. I'm sorry.
I mean, I always got to thank Adam, because me and Adam were the ones that we started the show 2 years ago, and then Dan and Angela stepping in when he had to step out, and just greatly appreciate like the evolution of this show from the very beginning and what we've done. And I'm very excited because we're getting close to, we're on 86 right now, which means we're only 14 episodes away from the big 100. We don't know what we're doing yet, but we have some ideas. And we're very excited for whatever it seems to do. Maybe we can get some surprise guests on. Maybe we'll talk about a movie we've already covered, but long time ago. I don't know. It's very exciting. I'm very excited. But I don't want to keep on going because actually I do, because this is the last episode of 2022. And
yep.
It's great to see what we've done this past year, but I'm so excited for what we're going to be doing in 2023. Maybe my dumbass will start the Patreon that I talked about last year.
Sometime.
2024.
Someday, guys. All right. Well, you guys have anything else before we go?
We all have beautiful Christmas trees. Let me say that.
Yeah, there's all Christmas trees in the shop. I didn't pay attention.
Gizmo always has to hang out. Hey, Gizmo.
Absolutely. Nah.
It was a haphazard put up.
I see. Is that? It's not Jack Skeleton. It's definitely like the evil person.
I have. Yeah, Oogie Boogie's back there. He's right here.
Oogie Boogie. Okay, that's who.
Yeah, he's back there. He will never go away. He's right there. He's my light. I don't have it plugged in. Yeah, he's back there.
I had a rant, but I'm not going to. If you guys want me to rant more about it, live stream. But I guess this will come out before the live stream.
It'll come out the same day. It comes out Friday.
So if you happen to listen to this before the live stream, you can ask me then.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll probably forget.
Make sure. YouTube.com/dissect that film.
I'll go to bed, wake up, and be like,
8:30 p.m. Eastern time. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be a good time. Very excited about it. Make sure to follow all our socials down below. All of them will be in the links. Dissect That Film anywhere. Twitter, Instagram. You know, you don't need me to tell you where to find us because you're already listening to us, right? So
Yep.
Yeah.
Red
Uh,
Tube.
Already found
DNA
us.
Gaming, all of their
Well,
links will be down in the description as well.
Yeah.
Adam, I'll throw your links down there, even though you're not the most active person there, but we'll throw them down there anyways.
I'll see
Yeah.
it. I'll be on there.
All right, everybody. Until next time, I am Brett Parker. That is Dan Angelo of DNA Gaming, and that is Adam Parker. We are Dissect That Film, and this has been the Dissect That Film podcast, episode 86. We'll see y'all again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year!